Like,
What have we done?
We chose the wrong one to chastise. And
Oh, no.
with any luck, DELTAFORCE is going to show us why as we move right on into game one.
But it wasn't the monster. It was protecting us from the monster. What have we done, Hangman? Why did you have to yell wheel? DELTAFORCE is gonna move on and face off, getting the full fury of these Inkling combos, trying to set up with that splat bomb. There's always a tricky mistress, that Inkling down B. For whatever reason, the hitbox is never quite active when you need it to be, and you can never quite figure out how it hits, the properties of its knockback. It's definitely a lot more different than in the original game, where if it hits you, you die.
Yeah, now Splat Bomb in this game offers a lot of variety to how Inkling can mostly secure platform and ledge, as we've seen Tato fairly successfully do here, but Spin Attack offering a hell of a reversal as DELTAFORCE manages to clutch out first stock.
That was a re-grab, and DELTAFORCE realizing it. That is academic for the man from New Jersey Institute of Technology. Again, former a CSL Grand Finals representative for NJIT, and did quite well for themselves. I remember that because I commentated it and they beat Drexel. But yeah, they were very, very good. And DELTAFORCE has always been one of those forces in Jersey. I didn't actually mean to make that pun. One of those forces in Jersey that has always been. You have to be on the lookout for them. If you run into them in bracket, they are not an easy out. Just because they're not PR does not mean that they are one to be overlooked. There are no easy outs in a Jersey bracket, for one thing. But also, this link, so technically sound, and they're showing it right here.
Yeah, but right now, Tato, once again, trying to just maintain the ledge, built up so much damage, which is not able to confirm off of it. And that's always been, like, to the ire of all Inkling players, is that this character wraps up damage like a dream, but has incredibly linear confirms into those kills. Be it up throw, up air, roller confirming into a plethora of kill moves, even just sharking around with a back air. These are all things that people have come to know. But swift back throw does manage to confirm out the stock, but again, that was over the 180 marker, and DELTAFORCE has had no trouble at all building up the damage in the meantime with that stock lead that he had.
He is more than chilling. That Inkling sitting at 117%, and those options coming out just a little bit too quickly. You could see DELTAFORCE just holding on to the shield button for as long as they possibly could, eventually getting the follow-up into that up air, which is going to confirm the second stock for the Highlander. And that's I'm not saying that just because they have a sword. It's, yeah, that is actually NJIT's nickname. And of course, DELTAFORCE saying in this bracket, Hangman, there can be only one. I like Highlander, okay?
I know, I get you. I'm waiting my turn for my pop culture references. Don't worry, you got the floor, birthday boy.
Gotcha. Well, you better do it with the quickening, because I can go with the Highlander stuff all day. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not being a good partner right now, so let's just get back to the action. This is Link again, just domineering the stage. And yeah, we saw the splat bomb ledge trapping stuff that Tato was doing. DELTAFORCE, they have a bomb, and you can actually control the detonation of that thing, so might as well utilize that to your advantage. Good bomb recovery there by DELTAFORCE, staying alive at 162. One big hit could very well do it and send them into kill percent. That burial is not going to happen, but the follow-up on the up air will, and that is one of the more devastating up airs in the entire game.
Indeed, it finds itself in a spot where it can control a lot of airspace, can confirm kills. In general, just a really good move for Inkling. And now the team's got a bit of momentum behind him, building up the damage really nicely. Although bleeding at 103 against Link is not a position most players want to be in.
Yeah, you just see the ink flying everywhere out of the carcass of that Inkling, and it is just it's a brutal sight to behold. But then again, Agent 3 has had to go through a few trials, if you remember the first game. So maybe the hero of time is no laughing matter, but nothing that can't be done, as the grab is going to come through back air. But DELTAFORCE again, just hitting the reverse card yet again with that bomb, detonating it right in the face of the Inkling, staying alive at 128. Going to be looking for the follow-up, trying to get the roller into the F smash, most likely.
Oh,
but
that was so smart from Tato, trying to use up throw up air as like a trick, and then punishing the landing. That's such a shame that it didn't work out, but Tato's still maintaining this damage relentlessly. The way that both of these players have been able to swing back and forth has been amazing in these last stocks here. Like, this game one went from being very strongly in DELTAFORCE's favor to all of a sudden just an absolute slobber knocker between both players. And I couldn't tell you who's going to close it out until we see that finishing blow.
Yeah, the outcome of this was not in question just a couple seconds ago, and it certainly is not in question now as DELTAFORCE finally finishes off that last stock. But my, oh my, did DELTAFORCE leave it late as Tato brought them right to the doorstep of death. DELTAFORCE, however, unblinking and unwavering, takes game number one.
Now, one thing that's concerning me, Stu, is just how strong that early game was for DELTAFORCE, and then how it got to a razor-thin decision at the very end of that game one. DELTAFORCE cannot afford to let the momentum slip like that, because Tato was very, very much in the runnings for being able to take that game one back from the jaws of defeat. And being as we're running it back to Pokemon Stadium 2, that opportunity is very much on the table for them.
100% agreed, and they're going to try this again. This is the same sort of quick follow-up gameplay. It's a little flowcharty, admittedly, but at the same time, there's something in game design where that's referred to as dominant strategy, where if you do not have to change your gameplay, then, well, I guess you don't have to change your game plan. You go with what works, and certainly those throws into the up air, I mean, what else is there to say? But it is just controlling the skies, and DELTAFORCE can't do much about it.
Like, Tato needs all the damage that he can get. Like, so he can just go for his kills. Excellent read on the ledge there with the up smash. Tato going to take a pretty firm lead going into this game, too. And Stu, this is exactly what I was worried about, because we saw how Tato was sort of struggling to get things going to that game one. I think game one fired up Tato enough to really, like, seal in how they need to play against DELTAFORCE if they're looking to stay alive. And now the onus is on DELTAFORCE to try and pick things back up. But Spin Attack is not going to be able to confirm the kill. Hopefully this ledge play is what DELTAFORCE needs, though, to bring things back with the Splat Bomb through Link's bomb away. Oh, no.
That is, yeah, that's a rough one. And now DELTAFORCE going to get jabbed, just covered in ink. And, of course, that does affect just how much damage that throw and certainly all the attacks of Inkling are going to do. Certainly only going to last for a little bit, but DELTAFORCE still not afraid to throw out options and try to draw them forward. The jabber reading the roll, gets the down air off that. That is some custom combo tree stuff. Does not have the ink to go with the bomb, but the slosher is going to do the job. Yeah, that thing has just as much reach as the splatter shot. I think I'm getting my games mixed up, but nevertheless, 3-1 stock league, make that 2-1. Tato in full control of this one.
Once Tato's in charge of the ledge, like, we really get a chance to see everything that Inkling brings to the table here. Like, they're bringing the damage, they're bringing the combos, they're bringing the pressure, and right now, DELTAFORCE just needs to figure out a way to take all of that away from Tato.
Yeah, and this is exactly the sort of response that you want from Tato. It's this is pretty darn convincing, and even though last stock situation, we did see Tato make the comeback. Who's to say DELTAFORCE could not do the same, especially with the range that this sword provides? Nothing is impossible. Certainly, when you're caught mashing, you were jabbing at Invisible Swordsman, Tato. The actual one was right behind you, and all of a sudden, you're up past 50%, it looks like, almost.
Oh, but it's not going to be able to kill. Excellent DI from DELTAFORCE. Just barely staying in there, and you can't discount Link with this much kill power behind him. Like, Rage Link is bringing forward tilt and up tilt to scary heights of lethality. A little bit more damage, and all of a sudden Tato is death's door just the same as DELTAFORCE is now.
And it's more than enough to at least get you stage control, if not advantage state. So you're going to be chilling on below the stage, trying to react to whatever Inkling can do, the bevy of options that they provide for themselves. The bomb at the ledge is going to loom large, and certainly the sword looms even larger. DELTAFORCE making the comeback and taking the set. The score is 2-0. And yeah, sharpen and steel thy sword, DELTAFORCE. You're moving on to loser semis.
Get a run back. It was definitely Tato's finest moment in this set. Just immaculate ledge play. Control the ledge, control the plat, secure the kill. Definitely a key example of why you have to fear Inkling. Even without the necessary ink to clutch out whatever their intended play was, closing it out with down smash looked fantastic. And then right here, this is just peak Link ledge trapping. The little hit from the bomb bouncing was all they needed for spin attack to confirm. And there was no commitment there. DELTAFORCE was chilling. If DELTAFORCE needed, could have dashed back, could have shielded, maybe down tilt, but down tilt could have been an iffy situation, could have led to their own death, but DELTAFORCE didn't need to press any other buttons than what was necessary. Very well played to the very end.
No, and it was an excellent game from both players. I honestly felt like Tato had that game number 2, and I'm assuming that I'm...
right?
Say what?
It was looking like it. Like, Tato was
on
fire game 2.
Yeah, no, it was a remarkable performance from both players, but Tato, in fact, the individual that wound up taking out Soul Hex in this tournament. So